Alright, it's 5:10. We're listening to Voxcast. Let's paint Shadow Dragons. Welcome to my hobby desk, and welcome to my Speed Painting Descent series. If you are interested in the other videos in the series, click the eye in the upper right hand corner. I did a Zenithal Prime on these Shadow Dragons using spray cans, black and some Corex white, which I'm almost out of, so I'm glad I had enough. And I did this because I want to try using nauseating blue and glaze medium to make a glaze and go over this Zenithal Prime. I have talked about making glazes before, but I've never shown the process. So I have my wet palette. I'm taking out about 3 brushfuls of this nauseating blue, which is actually a dark purple. And I'm going to put in a comparable amount of my glaze medium, I think probably 4 to 6 drops. I'm going to dip my brush in some water and get a brush full of water and then mix it all together. I'm trying to achieve a consistency that when it's all mixed together, if I take a brush full, wick most of it out onto a piece of paper towel, and then run it across my thumbnail, I get something that is transparent. So I got a brush full, I wicked it out of the side, and there's the brush. So that's looking a little too opaque. So I'm gonna add some more glaze medium, get a little bit more water, and we're gonna try again. All right, so this time we wick it out and there we go, more transparent. So that's what we're gonna go for. So the plan is we're gonna take this glaze and we're gonna run it over every area that is white on these Shadow Dragons. If I spill it into an area that's black, that is fine. It'll actually help with the transition. And the glaze is transparent enough so that the contrast between the lighter white areas and the darker black areas will be preserved as I brush over the glaze. One of the components of the glaze medium is a drying retarder. So it actually does take a little bit longer for the glazes to dry, but they're so thin that it's not noticeably, it's not that much longer than if you just did a regular watered down acrylic paint. When they're wet, they're very glossy. When it dries, it will be more matte, and it'll also be a little bit lighter. So you kind of gotta have that vision of this is what it's gonna look like after the process. Something about the undercoat on this wing, the glaze just did not want to stick. We're gonna just kind of get some on there, let it dry, and come back and see what we can do about it later. And now we're gonna repeat the process on this other dragon. Now we're going to take some Gene Stealer purple and we're going to mix it into the glaze of nauseating blue. We'll probably put a couple more drops of glaze medium just to keep it thin. And now we're going to use this as our first highlight, and we're going to go over the more raised areas and probably most of the wings and stuff that's sticking out on the very top of the ridge, and start working up our highlights this way. I ended up putting in more Gene Stealer purple because I didn't think it impacted the colors much. We're going to do this on both dragons. I wasn't sure what's up with this other wing over here. I opted to just take some nauseating blue and go over it. I probably should have actually done this with white and put the glaze over it instead, but I didn't, and we'll just go ahead and see what we can do to highlight this and make it match. At this point, I'm not that worried about it. It's a piece of plastic. I'll get on with my life. That is all I had time for this morning. If you hobbied this morning and made a video, please link it in the comments below. I would love to take a look at it. If you want to check out the other videos in the series, in the top right corner. Tomorrow, I want to spend another morning glazing these guys. It was kind of fun, and I think it'll look good. And if you would like to join me for that, I'll see you in the morning. Until then, have a good one.